of others. For today's learning objectives, at the end of this presentation, you are expected to: number 1, determine the basic aspects of an individual. Number 2, demonstrate suggested ways in accepting others. Number 3, formulate home or school policies that promote respect for individual differences. And number 4, appreciate actions or behaviors that accept individual differences. In this presentation, you will have a better understanding about your role in promoting respect for individual differences. This aims to give you an opportunity to view others' perspective and feelings. Accepting attitude and openness to others' unique characteristics will help you to have healthy relationships. For our first activity, let's try this. The title is Observation of Others' Uniqueness. And here are the following instructions. Number 1, copy the following table on a clean sheet of paper. Number 2, think of 3 different persons who are similar in a certain aspect that you would like to observe for this activity. For example, 3 famous personalities like singers, dancers, inventors, politicians, or artists. Number 3, write their names and describe them using the option in each column. Use your best judgment on them. And number 4, write your answers to the processing questions after. After filling out the table above, here are the processing questions. Number 1, were you able to fill out all related descriptions for each person? Which of the description is the most observable? Number 2, what is the most difficult description to observe? Explain. Number 3, what can you say about the differences that you observe among these 3 persons? For the next activity, let's explore this. The title is Showing Support for Others. Copy the following table on a sheet of paper and then answer this. How will you support others in the given situations? Write your answer in each column. After filling out the table above, here are the processing questions. Number 1, what do you notice with your answers? Number 2, which of the situations is the most difficult to handle or manage? Explain. Number 3, what type of support or help is the easiest to provide? You need also to explain. Number 4, what have you realized after doing this activity? In dealing with others, we must recognize that we are all different from one another. Though we have our individuality comes with our unique attributes and characteristics. Some can easily be seen physically, while some can be manifested through actions and behavior, which may indicate values and personalities. There is harmony in diversity, and we can all keep it that way if we learn to accept one another as we are. There are healthy ways to deal with our individual differences, which would work for everyone's advantage. And here are some. Letter A, accept that we are all different. Don't assume that your preferences would always be the same as those of your peers or friends. Of course, there are similarities among you, but all have use your similarities with other people to strike a harmonious relationship with them. While you acknowledge that people are different from another, there are also commonalities which you may take advantage to establish a positive relationship with them. At this point in time, you might have found the right people who can be your good friends, who can inspire you to strive harder, and who can be your role model. Be open-minded with others. You can always learn from the experiences of your friends and peers, and they can also do the same with you. The manner they overcome life challenges and how they impact their living could be your insights to improve your lifestyle or even the way you see things around you. You can also learn from their culture, traditions, and values. Next is try to consider where others are coming from. Your family setup may be different from what your friends have. People might have grown up in a province or in a highly urbanized city. There are those who have a complete set of parents and those that have a single parent or no parents at all. Additionally, people have different childhood experiences which greatly affect their attitude and personality. There are also those who struggle financially and those who are well off. Keep in mind that people are coming from different backgrounds and they act, decide, and make choices based on those things. If your differences with others are getting in the way, try to have a common ground. You cannot impose your beliefs, values, and culture to others the same way that they cannot do that to you. However, instead of trying to prove who's better and who's not, you may want to find an area where you can both improve yourself while learning from each other. There are differences that are worthy to talk and celebrate, and there are those that we can just accept unconditionally, just like in the second item. There's no point in comparing people as each of us have our own potentials and abilities. Always remember that you coexist with others. There are things that you cannot control like the people around you, but you can always manage the way you deal with them. The choice is always with you. Either you make the most out of those individual differences and have a happy life, or you make that as your limitations. Another activity, which is you can do it, the title is I Care Policies. So copy the table on a separate sheet of paper. Write at least 5 policies at home, in school, in the community, or online that you personally do to respect individual differences. Then answer the processing questions. After filling out the table above, here are the processing questions. Number 1, how do you compare your answers in each column? Number 2, given the current situation, how do you intend to practice them? Number 3, what made you practice such ways to respect individual differences and care for others? For what I have learned, write a 3 to 5 paragraph essay that answers the question below on a sheet of paper. The question is, how should we celebrate our individual differences? And for our last activity is share your thoughts and feelings. You're going to create a slogan or poster on unconditional acceptance of others and respect for individual differences. You may post it online or physically in the most